Hi, I'm Dylan, a product advisor here at Crutchfield, and I am going to talk today about the Bowers Wilkins Zeppelin Wi-Fi home speaker. The Zeppelin speaker is an awesome solution for those who are looking for something that is easy to use, sounds amazing, easy to set up, low profile, something that you can just put on a shelf or hang on the wall and get hi-fi sound all over the room. In true Bowers & Wilkins fashion, they have absolutely knocked it out of the park with the Zeppelin Wi-Fi speaker in terms of sound separation, sound staging, clarity, amazing with high-resolution tracks. I really enjoyed it. I got to spend the last week or so listening to it in my home, and it was nothing short of amazing. Another great product by Bowers & Wilkins. Specifically, when I say amazing, I'm talking about, for example, one, vocals. The Bowers & Wilkins music app has a pre-selected sort of optimize your demo experience of your new Zeppelin playlist, and there's a song by Phoebe Bridgers on that playlist, and the vocals, the sound of her voice hitting the microphone and coming through the speakers, it was almost as if I was there live. It was super impressive. And then I listened to a couple of other tracks with live performance vocals. Again, same thing across the board. It was really awesome. Another thing I was impressed by in the Zeppelin was the bass response. So this nice big 6-inch woofer here in the center provides not too much bass, balanced bass, but enough when you want to crank it. So I noticed at my house at a distance, filled the room when I turned it up, but if I came in closer and didn't need as much volume, definitely the bass response was still there at lower volumes. Speaking of the 6-inch woofer, in this speaker there's also two 3.5-inch mid-range drivers as well as two tweeters on either side. Amazing separation, I noticed. You've got one speaker in a pretty sleek, small package, I mean, relatively speaking, and yet the sound stage was wide, the disbursement was wide and evenly separated, especially when I was demoing something like an orchestra playing on a stage that's like 30 plus musicians on the stage. I was hearing beautiful separation, especially from the highs. So these dome tweeters on either side, fantastic. As I mentioned, room-filling sound. It was all there. I didn't even really get it up to max volume, but there is a 240-watt built-in amplifier to power all these drivers in the Zeppelin. And I imagine if you mounted it or placed it on a piece of furniture in a really large room, it's definitely going to fill it up. Again, I didn't get close to max volume because I didn't want to blow my hair off, but it definitely has the power. As I mentioned, this is a wireless speaker. Wireless in the sense of that's how you want to connect from your source device, your phone or your tablet or your laptop, but wired for power. So this isn't a portable speaker. It's one that's going to rest or have a permanent living space, semi-permanent in your home. But it does need to be plugged in for power. But it does offer Bluetooth aptics. So that's going to be higher than, or about CD quality, higher than average Bluetooth streaming from your source device. Also AirPlay 2, and will support 24-bit streaming playback through the Bowers & Wilkins app from services like TIDAL and Qobuz. I found the Zeppelin really easy to handle, just out of the box, easy to set up, easy to download the app, get it all paired and connected. And then also, just in general, if you're looking for something that's all of those and hi-fi sound, so like basically you're not interested in creating a whole 2-channel setup, left and right speaker, receiver, what have you, in your room, you're gonna get some really high quality sounds out of this kind of cool looking all-in-one speaker. I love the design of the sort of floating pedestal stand in the center there, but if you can't or don't want to use that, there is an optional wall mount, proprietary for this speaker, available for purchase separately. Another cool design that really stood out to me when I first plugged the Zeppelin in was this LED light right underneath of the speaker, so helps it kind of stand out, which you can actually adjust the brightness of in the Bowers & Wilkins music app. So turn it down, turn it up, however you like. I think it looks pretty cool. As well as in the app, you can change the EQ some, so if you wanted to punch up or down the treble or bass, you can do that as well. There are two ways you can command the Zeppelin. One, actually physical buttons here on the top panel. So you've got a play, pause, volume up and down, a multi-use button, and then also for the built-in Alexa, there is an Alexa button. For the Alexa voice commands, you can actually toggle that off, so that's signified by the microphone being off by a red light, which should show up underneath of the Zeppelin when the microphone is off if you don't prefer to have voice commands as a part of the system. Final note, the Zeppelin does come in two different colors. This one, the midnight gray, and then also a more silvery pearl gray, as they call it, so you do have some color options. I had a great time the past week listening to the Zeppelin and finding out all about it. I think if you're looking for that all-in-one, simple, hi-fi audio solution, check out the Zeppelin. You won't be disappointed. If you have any questions about this or anything else, please give our advisor group here at Crutchfield a call. They will be glad to talk with you. Thank you for watching.